Afternoon everyone. Alright, I've got a good one today. It's a Lexus IS250 2007, got towed in, had a starter motor at another shop because it would start and stall, or it would intermittently not start. Started, ran fine for a while after that, then stopped, never started again. Now, come in for fault diagnostics. What we found initially, I'll show you the old report up here, is we had no comms, and as you can see we've got ECU pinouts everywhere. We had no comms with the engine controls, so we're straight into ABS, power steering, SRS, etc. And then we've got lost comm with fuel injector control unit, which is essentially your ECU, a UO105. Now, first thing, wiring checks, everything at the ECU. Everything checked out wiring-wise, had good CAN signal, power ground, etc. at the ECU. Now, this vehicle, the original ECU, did not communicate at all on vehicle or on the bench. So second-hand ECU put in, ECU now communicates, still like a no crank, no start situation. So from there, I started going through diagrams, and I actually found a Toyota recall bulletin for America with a completely different issue, but the same fault code. So the bulletin, I won't put it up because it's Toyota proprietary obviously, but the bulletin has issues with intermittent rough running, starting, stalling, with a fuel pressure sensor. Doesn't mention anything about no comms to ECU, doesn't mention a no start situation. Apparently they still start but run rough. And what it does is there's a part number, like a preceded part number, you can replace it with a new sensor. It goes through all the steps of pulling off inlet manifold, airbox, all that sort of stuff. Now, what I did from there, we had comms to the ECU, that was all good with the second-hand unit, all pre-programmed. Original one was dead, and I now know why that original one was dead, because what we found was this connector here, this 3-wire connector, clips onto the fuel pressure sensor. So there's a fuel pressure sensor on the rail. I'll grab a torch. Now, these are going to be very hard to show. Where are we? Right down. Oh boy, right. It's behind that valve there, right down the back there. That plug goes onto, and that is our rail pressure sensor. It goes straight into the end of the fuel rail, and that was shorting down the circuit and actually pulling the ECU down. So I didn't end up finding it at this end. I went straight to that plug after I found the bulletin on it, just unplugged it, see what happens, and straight away we now have no codes, no comms codes left since the ECU's done, but we now have a crank no start. And we have a no start because we have no fuel pressure reading. Battery's buggered, but as you can see, we do have a crank no start. So from there, what I ended up doing, just out of interest, I popped that old ECU apart and checked the pin, which I can't remember the pin number, it's on the diagram, for that fuel pressure sensor. And it was internally shorted to board ground in that board. So that sensor shorting out has killed the ECU and pulled that ECU down and caused all the issues with this. Now, I'm assuming it's probably because of the amount of time that the old ECU was running with that sensor that it ended up killing that board. We didn't cause any damage to this one because it does read. I can simulate a sensor signal in there and it's all good. But the new ECU in, and with that fuel pressure sensor unplugged, we're sorted. So this will be going back to the shop that it came from. They will put a genuine fuel pressure sensor in there, and this thing should fire straight up and it'll be happy days again. But just an interesting one, how you can have, and Toyota's, Lexus being very, very basic, they don't give you any info on that. There's no short circuit on X pin or X sensor, not like a Merc or a VAG vehicle.